You guys, as you wake up, are pulling into Bryn Shander. Now, unlike the last place that you guys were at, Bryn Shander is a huge place. It is like pulling up in like Chicago. It's huge. Okay. This is for all of the 10 towns. This would be where all of the action happens. This is where a lot of people go. This is where like the life is at. This is where all the fancy stuff is at. Anything that you would find is going to be here. It is one of the few places that has its own blacksmith. It's one of the few places that has an actual inn or tavern that is legit and not trying to scam you one way or the other. It has its own official temple in the center. Now, this is just of the 10 towns, not of the whole world, obviously. This is where a lot of the excitement happens up north. So if you could think of the capital, Alaska, that's what this would be like. Not a lot of people are there, but it's big for what it is. And you guys pull up right in the center of this town. Naturally, you stop in front of the inn.
Are we like in the dining car, or where are we at in the train?
Wherever you guys want to be. I mean, you just woke up, so I would assume that you were where you would be in the dining car because you passed out last time. By the way, you need to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Alcoholic.
Hang on.
You could. Come on.
You're
undecided.
You're rolling for a hangover.
Fair. That would be a 6. A 6. I thought I rolled 17. Rolled 7. That'd be a 6.
All right. You have in your mind this crazy freaking dream. That you saw Skellington pull his face off and reveal his skull.
Actually, I was gonna play and I already talked to Cody about this.
Oh no! I know how you're gonna. I know how you're gonna play it. I'm telling you what it is a dream of. It wasn't what you saw. It's you saw someone's skull. Like there was no face. Like think of a Hannibal Lecter rips off the front of your face. It's like a bloody skull, right?
So you're saying that it was Skellington, but I didn't see anything.
I'm saying that you had a dream that he ripped his face off.
He what?
That he ripped his face off. Like pretend that there was skin there and his face was ripped off. And it's a human skull. Bloody, eyeballs popping at you. Just extremely disgusting. And as you wake up, you have the worst headache in the world. And you don't know what was real, what is real. Nothing makes sense to you. All that makes sense is your head hurts.
Okay.
Everybody else wakes up fine. The dwarf gets advantage on those Constitution saving throws, because why not?
So I would just kind of wake up and I think recognize that we stopped, but I'm going to stand up and it still probably feels like we're moving, and I'm going to just kind of like try to steady myself and open up, like I'll slide the door open, and the door, it probably hurts, right? Like the sound. And I just got like my hand over my kind of my forehead and my right eye, almost like a pirate. I'm like, oh God, what was in that drink? And I'm just kind of like waiting to see if anybody responds or hears me or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should have let me make the drinks.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue on that. Or are we? And she's trying to remove her hand from her eye, but it's so bright. I need something for this this headache. Hair of the dog? I don't know, but
I've got you covered. I'll walk over to the bar and try to make something. I'll just be like grabbing stuff and throwing it in and making some sort of drink.
No wonder she's an alcoholic.
Well, I'm thinking in my head. Well, her head hurts, so I need something to take it off. So a little bit of alcohol, but it's the morning time, so spicy stuff, and
so
just kind of mixing up, making it like
coffee.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Coffee, yes. And so I'll put some coffee in there along with like, I don't know, and alcohol.
So you go over to the bar, right? And there's the coffee there, and you see all the ingredients for Bloody Mary without the alcohol. And you're just thinking, oh well, you know what? Coffee's a good substitute for alcohol, so you pour the coffee in there instead.
I'll bring it over to Earl and be like, so here you go. This is a family recipe handed down from my great Aunt Velma. Yeah, it tastes a little bit off, but you'll feel wonderful a few hours later and hand over the drink to her.
I want to roll to see if I can even swallow this.
Oh yeah, sure. That'll be Constitution save again.
Yeah.
At disadvantage with the hangover.
There's a 16 and a 3.
Yeah, so I want you to think about how it hits the back of your throat and how everything. No, you don't just spit it. Everything comes out. Like you're just like, and what you had last night also comes out as
You
you.
see, this is all part of the process. This special drink removes all of the toxins from your body in one big burst.
Tornus,
I'm
roll.
like shaking. I'm like nodding as I puke. I'm like, okay.
Tornus, roll bullshit.
Well, I have a plus 11, so 20.
Yeah,
A dirty 20.
that's some good bullshit.
My bullshit roll.
I mean, assuming it's deception, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
no, that's bullshit. Yeah.
I'm just like shaking my head and just hurling.
It's okay. Here, I'll help and I'll like hold her hair a little bit so it's, not getting
God, it's hilarious.
You hear the dwarf mutter something as he jumps off the train.
Oh, what language is the dwarf muttering?
Huh?
What language is the dwarf muttering in?
Dwarvish.
Ah, yeah. No, you're gonna have to tell me what that sounds like.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Wonderful.
That's wonderful Dwarvish.
Yeah.
Anybody that speaks Dwarvish can do a perception check to see if he's just cussing in Dwarvish or being a grump.
Like kind of raising. I'm gonna turn my head as he does that and just hurl again. Probably.
Nice. Tornus is wearing
I
sandals.
end up dropping her. Well, it's the morning. I mean, I'm assuming we haven't really gotten changed for the day, so I probably have big blue toes sticking out. As she's doing that, I'll kind of jump back, and her hair will fall down, probably in front of her face, and she might get dirty now.
Her pure white hair now has gross in it.
Chunks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Mm. Well, oddly enough, Tishlin, as you walk out, you were standing in front of a gigantic tavern / inn, and on it just says the North Lock.
The North Block?
Lock. Lock. North Lock.
Okay. North Lock. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else that gets out needs to roll me a perception check.
Yeah, the only place I'm going is a shower. I'm hoping that I'm done puking by now.
Oh, you're on a train. There are no showers.
Oh, no.
I'll be casting prestidigitation on myself to clean up anything that has gotten on me.
Do I need to roll a perception check?
No, anybody else besides you, because you wouldn't really know this.
What are we rolling?
Perception, if you're getting off the train. You would do it at disadvantage because you are not really caring, except for your shower.
That's a 22 and a 17.
Do you care what the train looks like?
Do I care what the train looks like? I guess so, yeah.
Like in your state right now, do you care what the train looks like?
Well, I think if something were off, I would notice.
Yeah, no, the train typically has 5 carts to it. It's got, 1 cart for each person, and the middle cart, which is the dining cart, it now has 6.
That's cute. It's accepted our new passenger.
How clever. And I'm just like, so I'm gonna kind of do the walk of shame into the inn and ask for a room so I can clean up, knowing that I probably look like hell.
Yeah. So you walk in, and this place for a morning crew is packed.
So she's gonna walk in, she's like, lovely.
Yeah.
And then just stomp with her hair. I'm thinking of what Anna looked like in Frozen when she woke up that morning.
Yeah. There's no straight path to the barkeep or anything. You have to bump into people, and they smell vomit all over you. You look like hell. You're, bumping elbows with them, and excuse me, get out of my fucking, you are just trying to make your way to the front there.
Yep. And I will request a room once I get there.
Okay, so you get up. Tishlin, where did you go before
Fresh vomit.
we go with her? Yeah, fresh vomit too. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Yep.
I was just waiting outside the train.
All right, so you were waiting outside the train.
I'm looking at because it took off as soon as we finished last time, and so I didn't really get to see the outside of it. So I'm just kind of looking at it.
Yeah.
Just looking to see what I've been in.
Yeah, so you've heard of trains before or transit vehicles? You do know that there are very few in the realm. They are very expensive. And you are either really, really rich to have one, or you are one of the celebrities during this one time of year where you're going around. And they use it kind of as an easy transit vehicle as you are going to these parades and celebrating with the common folk, the story and festival of the heroes. This happens to be the most coveted train in all of the lands that you do know.
Okay. So coveted train. Copy.
It is a very coveted train. It is the only train that does exactly what it does.
Okay.
Anything else while you're standing out there? Or are you just waiting for everybody else?
I'm just waiting for everybody else.
Alrighty.
I was just kind of watching Anka go into, or was it Earl?
Earl. Yep.
I was just watching Earl go into the tavern.
Anka Skellington, what are you guys doing in your room of one?
I'm waiting for Anka to tell us.
Anka's talking with herself on mute because she doesn't realize she's muted yet.
Completely fair.
Yeah, or she disappeared.
She's buying another house.
She's buying. Yeah, she's like, I ain't going anywhere.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, she's like, why go? I can just buy it online now.
Or she got shot in the foot with another nail.
Poor Maddie.
Maddie.
See, Maddie, this is how much you're freaking loved.
I don't even know her, but I
Yeah,
feel
why
like it's
not?
necessary.
It is necessary. Well, I guess when she gets back, we'll get to her then. Tornus, what are you doing? Are you staying on the train?
Yeah, I mean, we have food in here. I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure. I mean, this is his headcanon. I'm not entirely sure why we're here. We were looking for, the most nearest town just so we could hang out. But, I mean, I guess we're supposed to be saving the world from some evil frost. I don't know, God. He's saying this literally out loud as he's making food and drinks for himself for breakfast because there's food on the cart. So why do I need to leave? I don't know that he's going to leave. I mean, he cleaned himself up. He's probably just going to
feeling good, yeah.
To come back. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So I'll take some coffee, and I'm not going to do something silly like I did for Earl, and I'll just add a little bit of alcohol to it. So there's just a tiny bit of happiness to my morning, and get some croissants and have just a nice little breakfast in the dining cart. Yeah, I'll wait for Earl and Skellington to come out and Skellington to be the dad and say, all right, let's do something today. But other than that, I'm just kind of relaxing.
You mean Anka and Skellington?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Anka and Skellington.
Yep, totally Anka.
If like an hour and a half or 2 hours passes, like they're just still in there, then I am going to wander out in boredom. So.
Well, Anka is MIA at the moment. So, Earl, you're in the tavern here.
Yes.
And you walk up to the front and you see this older gentleman tending the bar, as one would do.
He's staring at me?
No, he's tending the bar.
Oh, tending the bar. Yeah, no, I walk up to get a room, so I don't even go to the bar unless...
It's the same spot. It's the same spot.
Okay, so I'm gonna like legit get a whiff of that alcohol and be like, ooh. And
yeah.
I'm gonna hold my nose with my fingertip and ask for a room. Like that smell is just rancid.
So he looks up and he sees that you're...
Oh my God, I need a room, please, like now. Like, look at me, I need a bath. Please.
Yeah, he looks up and he goes, darling, that smell is not the brew, it's you. And I could totally see you need a bath. Yeah, sure. We've got, I mean, we're kind of full right now, but we might have something in the back where we, hose down the animals if you just need a shower.
That's not how I roll. Here, I'll give you some money. Can you kick someone out of their room?
You clearly don't know where you're at. Take a quick look around.
What do I see when I look around?
Yeah, roll perception here. Or what's your passive perception?
Another brothel. How do I tell that on D&D Beyond? Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, that's good enough. So you can see these are a bunch of very, very mean-looking characters. A lot of mercenaries, a lot of adventurers, a lot of people that could fight and probably kick your ass. So as you're looking around, he goes, do you really want to try and kick one of those guys out of their rooms?
She's kind of like blows like vomit smelling breath out of her mouth like an exasperation. Fine, I'll take whatever you have. I just need to get cleaned up.
You just go out the door you came in, go around to the back, and there's a nice little area where you can kind of spray down.
Okay, but I need to, she kind of looks around, take my clothes off. I can't do that in front of these people. I need some privacy.
Well,
Do you think?
you can take your chances out there, or you can do it in here where more people can see you.
Do you think I can rent someone's room from them for 20 minutes?
That would be up to them. You are more than happy to ask them.
Do you have a sink in your kitchen?
Not for that. That's where all the clean food goes.
So do I see anybody that looks like they might be approachable?
Yeah, sure. Just approach somebody. It's early in the morning. They're all eating.
You said they all look mean, so if they look mean, then they're not approachable. So I'm saying.
Well, they're all mean. They're all mercenaries, right? There's a mean look to them. Like, this is a guy you don't want to go up and like try and start a fight with. That's what I mean by looking mean. They look like they could take you in a fight with their both of their arms tied behind their back.
Are there women in the room?
Ooh, yeah. Go ahead and do a perception roll on that.
Okay. That would be a 23.
Alrighty. Sure, there's plenty of women in the room.
So could I'd like to approach one and persuade her to let me borrow her room for a few minutes.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay.
Can I roll persuasion?
You absolutely can roll persuasion.
That would be a 31.
Alrighty. So go ahead and
20 plus 11.
yeah, go ahead and tell me what you say to persuade such lovely Fräulein to use her room for a few minutes.
I would just say, "Excuse me," and I would pull out 5 gold pieces and put them in front of her and say, "Can I borrow your room? I need to bathe."
So she kind of looks up and she's got this gorgeous red hair, green eyes. She just looks up into your eyes and says, "Oh, hello there. You look just like a mess." And she looks down at the 5 gold pieces and says, "Why, absolutely, I could do that for you. Why don't I take you up myself and, we can help get you cleaned up."
Okay.
Yeah. So she's going to get up, take the 5 gold pieces up front and take you upstairs to her room to help you get cleaned up.
Okay.
She opens up the door there and takes you into the cleaning area, and she goes, "Can I help you with anything? Help take some of your clothing off, hang them up somewhere, maybe even help clean them off. It looks like it's been such a mess. Help you with your hair."
Are my clothes? It's just in my hair. The puke's just in my hair, right? So my clothes should be fine.
Maybe.
No, thank you. I'll just be just a few minutes. Just need to get this cleaned up out of my hair.
Sure, no problem. I can just be waiting for you when you are finished, I guess.
Thank you.
Hey, Anka, what are you doing while she's getting her hair cleaned up?
Waking up on the floor of my room where Skellington has left me.
So rude.
All right.
Skellington is just sitting on the chair, looking down at her.
She wakes up scared with like a start and sitting up and like gasping. And kind of looks around a little bit like confused and a little out of it for a second. And then she like looks at Skellington and kind of calms down for a second.
All right. I'm going to have you roll something that I've never had anybody roll before. And it's kind of, just roll a d20 for me. And we're going to see how real that dream felt.
14.
Yeah. That dream felt not quite like you were there as much as you were reliving something. It almost felt like you weren't looking at it from the outside, looking in. You weren't viewing it. It was you, right?
Shauna, your dragon killed me.
So I didn't say it was her dragon. I just said a dragon.
A blue dragon.
A blue dragon, yeah. It's very common.
My baby would never do that.
So that's kind of how it felt. Like everything felt real to you, right? And as you wake up suddenly, it's almost as if like you came out of another life. It was that erupt. Your heart's pounding, your chest hurts. You're almost like hyperventilating from that dream. It felt so real.
She's like sitting there like patting herself down like I'm okay. What the fuck was that?
Anything else from anybody in that room besides panting and fright? He usually tells me when he does.
He might have.
He might have. Tishlin, what are you doing while I'm waiting for Cody to come back?
What are you waiting for me to come back for?
Oh, there you go. I was saying that Anka's like hyperventilating while she wakes up. And I was wanting to know if you were like what your perception of that is.
I'm debating on slapping her or...
I have a coin if you want to go 50-50 on it.
Nah, it's okay. I'm just going to
So funny.
kind of like flick her in the forehead.
It's even better.
Why would you do that to me?
2 points of humiliation.
She like
Because-
smacks his hand away.
Well, it seemed like you were losing yourself in some kind of nightmare.
Felt like I lived a whole different life.
That's
Instead of
probably
being a
because you
nightmare.
did.
Did I? Stops and like kind of turns to look at him, like folds both of her hands in her lap. Did I die because I was eaten by a blue dragon?
That I don't know what happened to Rosia. I have no
I think
idea.
I just lived through the end of her life.
Was she killed by... I would know his name.
Yes, you would know his name.
Up here.
Foxier?
Mox. Moxtir. Yeah.
Was she killed by Moxier?
I don't know who that is.
Can you describe this blue dragon to me?
It looked like a blue dragon. But really all that I saw was like it as a baby, and then it got bigger, and then it got bigger, and then I saw the inside of its mouth as it ended my life.
Yeah, that's probably Moxier. I
You
didn't think
raised
would
a
turn
baby
into
dragon
something
together?
like that.
You raised a baby dragon together?
Oh, yes. The whole party raised this dragon. I thought we gave it a good enough life, at least during the period I was with them, that it was going to live to be hopefully like a gold dragon or silver dragon, one that could be a part of civilization. I haven't heard anything recently, or have I? Have I heard any news about like a blue dragon?
History check. History check. And I'll let you have advantage on this one because it's a hard check and you tried to follow up with this crew as much as possible.
Okay, I mean, that's going to be a lot better than... That's a 20?
Your total roll was a 20 or you rolled a nat 20?
Total roll is 20.
Yeah. So the stories and the rumors have gone that no one knows much about Moxtier. They knew that he was around, but he's kind of been written out of history. And one of the things that you have been trying to figure out before you had that whole memory wipe is why. But yeah, he's kind of gone dark. Like no one knows what happened. He's been written out of history.
My poor baby.
The poor baby.
Well, now I'm a little bit more confused. From what I know, he hasn't been seen around, so maybe a blue dragon killed our young pup and killed Rosia. But why kill Rosia? I could understand him if something went wrong in the later years when I wasn't around, but just a random blue dragon coming after Rosia doesn't quite make sense to me.
I'm still not over the fact that you were raising a dragon. That's like normal.
Oh, it's quite easy, dear.
Quite easy.
Yes, I kind of just
Where'd
need
you
some
get
food.
the egg?
Oh, well, I tried to risk my lives for my companions. This is quite an interesting story. I was
You tried?
Well, I tried to mostly sacrifice myself for the betterment of the party at that time. All of our heroes, as you know them. But except for Rosia wasn't around at that part. She wasn't there quite yet. Maybe he didn't imprint on her due to that fact? But that's a side story. Anyways, the main story I was going to tell you was we went into a, like, kobold's kind of cave. We were searching for a few things for some gods and what was going on with the dragons and quite a few other minor quests at that time, as I would call them. Went into it. I think it might have been related to a cult, but when we went in there, we killed quite a few different creatures, snuck around as I did, and we had found at the end there was this blue dragon's egg being guarded by a great beast, and I'm blanking on which one it was. You kind of start losing track of the days, as years are almost like days to me. Nonetheless, this huge beast came after me and tried to kill the rest of the party. I had stayed at range, as I typically do, as you know, and I point to my crossbow. In doing so, I had tried to take its attention towards myself and ran to the other side of the battlefield, hoping that they would run and escape. They started to do so, and I had seen that I thought they were going to make it out and everything would be good for them, as I had taken care of Jax like I take care of you currently. So I was very happy to see her getting to safety, even if it was at my own demise. I would do the same for you, my dear. The sad part was they came back for me, the dimwits, and they started killing the goddamn thing, and they actually pulled it off. I was completely at odds, might I say. They did kill it, and we had our little victory powwow, and then we had a debate on what to do with this dragon's egg. It took a little while to figure out, though, I think, that it was a dragon's egg. I don't think we knew it at the very instance, but eventually it grew up, and we had hatched it, I think, under fire or some kind of ice. It was a little complicated to hatch the thing. And then it was a choice for the party to decide if they wanted to keep it or not to keep it, and Jax wanted to keep it, so I was behind her with everything I had. And they ended up winning a vote on to keep it. He was a good little lad. We taught him correctly, and I think we were going down the right path, but then I got separated by the party, and I don't know how when he grew up in his teenage years, if he was treated the same.
Not a bad recollection.
Pretty good.
The
No.
kobold is the tiny dragonborn, right? And she does like the small symbol with her hand.
Who's the tiny dragonborn? What
A
was your
kobold
question?
is a tiny dragonborn.
Ah,
Right?
yes. Kobolds are kind of like goblins to me, little creatures.
Goblin.
They can be a little bit more witty than goblins, but goblins themselves can be pretty witty in their own right. But yes, they have more
The
of a...
little green guys with the ears, and she makes the motion
Yes, we've
like
ran
along her
into
ear.
them. Yep, many of times. Those are goblins, as I've killed quite a few of them in our trek. You should know them quite well. Kobolds
Right.
are like the same thing, just make it look like a lizard and not green skin, but they can take the skin of like the biome they take. So
But not
Make
the
look
lizard
blue.
people.
no, not lizard men. They're kind of like the evolved versions of kobolds, though they aren't related in any way. Lizard men are quite different from kobolds, but just imagine a really small lizard man, and that's just what that race is. That's pretty much a kobold.
There are too many types of people on this planet.
There are a lot of races. I could go through quite a few of them for you. I've
No, thank
seen
you.
quite a few things. So I'm happy you're coming to the odds that you're apparently Rosia herself, but not Rosia herself. You're your own person. But I'm curious to see if you will retain all of her memories due to the fact that you are her. If not, so be it.
She like starts to get up and will like get ready for the day type of thing, and she just kind of pauses and like, I fear that if I recover all of her memories, I will no longer be me, but I will instead be her.
That is true. I'm not opposed with you not taking after her.
Do you like me better?
You are Rosia. That is an interesting question. I didn't know Rosia as long as I knew you. She was a very sweet individual. A little too sweet for my taste.
Are you trying to say that I'm not? And she has like her arms crossed.
Oh no, you fell into the typical girl trap. Watch out.
You're a pup.
What, that you're not sweet?
Yeah.
My dear, you're as sweet as a rose to me, but I imagine others might not seem or take it the same.
I don't think roses are very sweet when you eat them.
I'll let you figure that one out. It gives you a wink.
Alright.
All right, so you get dressed, you get ready. Let's see how Earl's doing with that shower. So Earl, you're getting all cleaned up there, and you're able to, takes a little bit, but you're able to get that stuff out of your hair.
Yay.
And your head still hurts because, I mean, let's face it, it's gonna hurt for a while. But you come out and you go to thank the nice lady that offered her room as a service, and as you kind of look up, she's sitting on her bed there.
Hey, well, before you go with this, I'm just telling you that because of how long this has taken, Tishlin got bored and was worried about Pearl because she was separated from the rest of the group. So he has gone into the tavern.
Okay. Awesome. We'll get right to that one then. So she's sitting on her bed and she's not naked, but she's very much in her undergarments, just sitting there waiting. She's very relaxed. Tishlin, what are you up to downstairs while this is happening?
He's just kind of looking, and he went to the bartender and asked if he'd seen a vomit-covered traveler and see possibly where she had gone to.
Yeah. So if I do recall correctly, she was trying to persuade somebody to let them use one of their showers in the room. I don't quite know which one. There's a lot of people here and a lot going on. Busy business has to happen. But I do recall that's what she did, and she may have found somebody to take her upstairs, but I don't recall which way they went.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Can I get you anything to drink or eat while you're waiting?
No, thank you.
Alrighty.
So I leave the bar and I go upstairs.
Okay. So upstairs is a long hallway that kind of goes into other hallways, and in there's a bunch of rooms. There's at least 50 rooms in this inn.
It's a big inn.
It's a big inn. It's huge.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to wander around.
Sure. Periodically, I have you roll a perception to see if you hear anything in one of the rooms.
I'll start off doing that right now.
Alrighty, hold on. Let me figure out what room she's in.
I roll an 18.
All right. So there is the hallway that you're in. It is very, very quiet. There's nobody up here. Everybody seems to be downstairs. So hearing anything should be pretty easy for you. So from now on, as you go down the hallways or whatever, you can roll perception with advantage with that roll because now nobody's up here. It is very, very quiet, so it should be very easy if you hear noise to find somebody.
Okay. Yeah, right. Well, I rolled an 18.
Yep. So you don't hear anything there, but you do know that it should be hard to find her going down one of the other hallways.
Okay.
All right, Earl. So this is the visual that you got. She's sitting on her bed. She's very, very relaxed in her undergarment. She wasn't in her undergarments before.
So I would have gotten dressed in the bathroom before going out there, so I'm fully dressed.
Right.
She would be like, "Oh, hi. Sorry. Thank you." And yeah, she's just gonna leave.
Well, what's the hurry, darling?
Oh, I've got friends out there waiting for me. And they'll get worried, and then they'll start trouble, and it'll be this whole thing, and I really should go. She kind of nods her head playfully. And
I do have this one thing that might help keep the stench out of your hair, if you'd like, and she holds up a bottle of perfume.
Actually, my hair smells pretty good. I used that shampoo you had in there, and yeah, I think I'm good to go.
What's shampoo?
Like, maybe that was soap? I don't know. It was some sort of cleansing element.
Someone as fine as you should smell the finest, should you not?
Oh, well, I have stuff on my train for that. I just needed some running water.
On a train? What's a train?
It's like a... how can I explain it? And she's like, as she's talking, she's like walking slowly or backing towards the door. It's this giant kind of contraption that has wheels on it, and it transports us from place to place. It's very helpful. All the heroes are using them these days.
Really? That's so interesting. Maybe I should get myself a train.
Totally.
Are you sure there's nothing else I can help you with while you're here? You look like you've been very, very stressed and tired. You still have a little bag under your eyes there. Can help you relax.
Yeah, so I my grandmother came back from the dead, and that was really weird. Like, I mean, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been kind of dealing with that, but I've processed and moving on. And yep, and she's like going to turn the doorknob to make her final.
Yeah, it's locked.
Yeah, so she's going to unlock it.
With what key?
Who locks the door from the inside?
Person that doesn't want you to get out, I guess.
I hate your stupid face right now. So I'm going to face
rolled a
step to
12.
the other side of the door.
You rolled a 12?
Yeah.
So you hear down the first hallway a door try and open. It's very, very brief. It's almost just like a little, and that's it.
Okay.
I would like to try to face step to the other side of the door. I don't know if I can do that with face step or if it works that way.
I don't think you teleport through things.
No, just to the other
You
side.
can, but I think you have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a window, that sort of thing. If you can see through it, you can. But
Can I look through the keyhole and do it that way?
No.
turning your back and crouching down,
Yeah, I'll turn
that's
my
going to
back.
be safe.
I'm going towards the jiggling noise.
Hang on.
Okay.
Let's see what I do here. I will. Espérame. Damn. I would have to attack her, and I don't want to attack her.
Oh, come on, darling. Just want to offer you something to make you smell a little better. Help you relax.
I smell great. I'm super chill right now. I'm good. Relax.
You look kind of not.
I am, but I will ask that you don't come any closer because I have this magic in me, and sometimes it just goes crazy.
I just rolled a 23.
Yeah, no, you are able to pinpoint the door. It is at the end of that hallway. You kind of hear a little bit of talking. It's muddled. It is at the very end of the hallway. You're 100% sure of that. And you're going to make me conjure up a character that can do this. Okay. So I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Me or
You. Yeah.
me? Okay. 1 second. He's going to attack me, isn't he? How's a 21?
So she says to you, oh, come on. And she pets the bed. Just a little relaxer for you. And you notice she's trying to charm you. But you're catching that and it does not work.
So she's just going to be like, yeah, see, no thanks. No, we're good. Just going to try to figure out this door here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like going to jiggle the knob very loudly and maybe knock on it.
Yep. Tishlin, you are now at the door.
Okay. Do I hear all of this?
Oh, yeah. You hear the door shaking and trying to open.
Okay. I yell out, Earl, is that you?
Yeah. Look, see, one of my friends are here right now.
I'm gonna break the door down.
So as you break the door down, you just see Earl standing there and the redheaded girl stand up and she puts her over robe on, kind of just like feeling defeated. Well, I mean, I guess if that's how you feel, then what else can I do but let you go? And she ties her robe up and just gives you a nice quaint smile. Maybe next time?
She took a man breaking into her room fantastically.
Say what?
She said she took a man breaking into her room fantastically.
Oh, yeah.
She's used to it.
She took that with no questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, she handled Danny DeVito breaking into her.
A dwarf's got to do what a dwarf's got to do.
Hopefully next time, darling.
Yeah, and she kind of takes the hand of, oh sorry, what's blanking on the name?
Tishlin.
I'm sorry? Oh yeah, she takes Tishlin's hand. Come on, Tishy, let's go. And they she very, very quickly leaves the room.
And it's just a sound different from Tushy, and I thought that's what you said at first.
She's just like, thank you so much. I owe you. You have no idea what you just did.
I haven't had mead yet.
Okay, I will buy you. And then she's like, maybe we shouldn't eat here. You know what? I'm going to buy you something on the train, even knowing she totally knows that is everything. She just wants to get the hell out of there.
Hilarious.
Let's go get
Let's go back to the train.
Let's go get a nice steak for you.
All right, so as you guys come
We need to.
running down the steps. Yep. So as you guys come running down the stairs there, you hear what sounds like a song, just randomly. And it sounds like this. There's a place I like to go, farther up the rivers flow. Where it is, I do not know. Must be under all that snow. And it's right in your ear.
Do you hear that?
As we get into the train?
No, as you come down the stairs before you even exit the tavern there.
Oh. Yeah. Somebody's got a horrible singing voice, but yeah, I hear it.
It starts again. There's a place I like to go, further up the rivers flow. Where it is, I do not know. Must be under all that snow.
I hope they find that place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming from like downstairs or.
No, it's coming from like right next to you.
Sounds like it's in our ears.
Yeah, right in your ear.
Head almost.
No,
We're hearing.
no, it's audible. You can hear it.
So is it like an invisible person? Like
you can do a perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we feel like the wind rush or anything as we walk?
You could do a perception check.
20.
Which one?
20.
A 20?
Okay.
So
Not a nat.
That's fine. So you look around and you there's a lot of people here, right? It's breakfast time. Everybody's kind of waking up. They're having their meat and they're eating. And you look on the wall and there's this random plaque with a fish on the wall, and you see the bartender, but he's a little too far for you to hear him singing. And as Earl's standing there still, you see again the plaque with the fish on it, and the fish's head pops over, looks at you, and you hear, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the rivers flow. Where it is, I do not know. Must be under all that snow." And then his head goes back to the plank.
So she's got like this look on her face, Nate, almost like we were watching Shrek last night. It's like the look that Shrek and Donkey they take the picture. And she's just like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Too much.
this place is just weird. I want to get out of here. She walks even faster.
Yeah.
She's almost like dragging. I'm sorry. One more time. I keep wanting to say Tornis. She's almost dragging Tishlin at this point because
Dragging Tushy?
Her Tishy. She's grabbing her. They're walking really fast.
Oh man, he's at the right height, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh man! All right, so you guys run out of the tavern there and back into the train, where Tornis is there like bored out of his freaking mind, and Anka and Skellington come into the dining cart like they just woke up and got prepared and whatever. They haven't eaten yet.
He's gonna see Skellington, and that dream's gonna come back, and she's gonna be like almost shook, and then quickly shake it off and just be like, "Don't go in there. That place is bizarre. There's like talking fish and greed."
You know I have magic, right? I could have just wiggled my fingers and cleaned you up. You didn't have to run out.
I mean,
running water is great, but you know.
Fair enough. I'll remember that for next time.
What do you mean talking fish?
It's like a fever dream. Maybe I'm drunk. Maybe I'm like really fucking hungover right now. But
I can make another one of those drinks for you.
Weird.
Nope, we're good. And she just walks right off. She's gonna go. She's got Pitchland by the hand still, and she's taking him over to the buffet table to get him a steak.
What did you do to her?
I did nothing. I rescued her
From a talking fish?
before the talking fish. The talking fish happened after I rescued her.
So the talking fish was not a threat?
No,
What was?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
You must ask Earl.
That's not ominous at all.
I have nothing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I suppose it can't be worse than two giant pyramids destroying a town or a talking big tree thing smashing townsfolk to little pulps.
We
So,
did kill an entire town.
I mean, we didn't kill the entire town. The poor judgment of the people who gave us a tainted and terrible reward, it's really on their heads. So
You know what? I
really,
think you're right.
justice was served. I mean, it was unfortunate that justice was served and it impacted the entire town, but really it's all on their heads.
You know what? You're so right.
I know I am. So why are we here? I mean, besides having some great food and it's being the closest city, I mean, aren't we supposed to be like finding this frost god? Is she around here?
So Tornis, as you ask that, you're kind of looking out the window, right? Like, kind of confused why you're here. I need to do a perception check for you.
All right. That's a terrible roll. 2 + 4, 6.
Oh, perfect. That's my favorite roll from you. So you're kind of like, there's a lot of people walking around and they're all just chittering and chattering and just talking about a bunch of nonsense, something about a fucking black cavern. Who cares? But off in the distance, you see something that's very, very familiar kind of to you. And it is a post, like a pole kind of in the middle of town, and a young naked lady hanging there dead. Kind of reminds you of the last town that you were in.
Oh, looks like this town is a lot like the last place. There's another dead person over there. So, Tishlin, you weren't there last time, but in the last town, they thought that killing and murdering people would somehow stave off the frost goddess from turning their town into eternal winter.
As one would.
Of course, they had to be pure maidens, virgins, and I, definitely convinced everyone that these two folks here, and I'll point to Auril and Anka, weren't pure or virgins, so we were safe.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
She kind of like froze her brow.
Sorry, I think I interrupted you, Anka. You were going to say something?
What's up with all of these towns and hanging people?
Anka, you could do a perception check as well.
Yeah, I love perception checks. Let me use my eyes. I fucking lied to you. That was a nat 1. I'm not using my eyes.
No. There's you do look at that post and you're not even sure if that's a real person. You're like, that's not real. Come on. That's probably just a dummy.
I mean, like, they could just be, decorating, right?
Yeah.
Like, that could be decoration.
Halloween.
I did hear in some places they like to throw up dead bodies and pumpkins. So,
Pumpkins?
Yeah, it's like a gourd, like a vegetable.
A gourd.
Yeah, they rip out its flesh and they draw faces on it.
I think you need to not say throw up again, because somebody here does like to throw up.
Earl Constitution.
I was going to say one time. I threw up one time. That's not true.
That's not true.
What do you mean, flesh?
Suck it, a 19. I had a nat 20.
Yeah, stomach of iron. Yeah, what is...
We could go out and check out that body or potentially decoration if we want.
Yeah, if you want to.
Sure, why not? If we're going around to villages that are, killing people for the frost goddess, let's go see if it's for the frost goddess.
If only you guys had more beans to take care of it the way you took care of the last time.
Have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Now we have to kill everybody by hand.
Well, I mean, this makes it even better. The town was murdering innocents, so, it wasn't on our head. And even if it was, we're really righteous, right? We're bringing justice.
Right, definitely.
Kill
All
these
right.
bastards.
Y'all are
Fucking hell.
the group that killed an entire town.
Sort of.
Wasn't that Paul?
So,
We did not kill all of them. The things that we released killed them.
Only one of us killed someone, and that was Skellington when he shut the door on the town guard. None of the rest of us had a direct hand, directly.
Didn't even kill her. She could have opened the door on her own again.
I mean, we were standing against the door, but yes.
No, she could have opened it again.
Okay.
are you guys going to investigate that body?
Great folk.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go
we're
investigate.
Yes.
So as you guys are walking out, everybody now...
Whisper in Anka's ear as we're going out. I think we should be a little bit nicer, or kind of pretend a little bit more that we're better around Tish, or otherwise he might turn us in.
All right. Everybody else, go ahead and roll perception as you're walking out. Anka and Tornish, you guys are fixated on this decoration.
15.
24.
All right.
25, nat 20.
Alrighty. So, Tishlin, you got a 15, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you were hearing a lot of chatter about this old black cabin, and you hear somebody kind of having this conversation. This is what they say. This is an old black cabin that's been around forever. No one knows who built it, and a lot of folks got a lot of bad feelings. However, some people say that it's haunted, and that a gnome lives there, possibly doing experiments, but who really knows? The gnome is always hiding out in the house of the Morning Lord. That's kind of the information that you get as you're listening to people chatter around.
Black Cabin, House of the Morning Lord.
Yep, House of the Morning Lord.
House of the Rising Sun. I had to.
I mean, technically, it could be the same thing. Skellington and Earl, with your guys' fantastic rolls, you do hear something about a black cavern. However, you hear something a little bit more detrimental to you, which is that there were survivors from the last town, and they have pointed you out.
This is the same thing as the fish, like hearing it in her ear.
No, so you're walking amongst the people, right? You're
Okay,
walking
yeah.
in the town, and there's people walking around, so you hear a lot of people chattering and whatever. And you guys hear, there they are. There they are. They're the ones that destroyed our town. Those are the celebrities that released the mummies and crushed our entire city. And Earl, as you're hearing that, you also notice how this quote-unquote decoration that Anka and Tornus are going to observe has been slashed from wrist all the way up to like shoulder on both arms. The top of her scalp is missing. And she has just been completely mutilated.
So it's a decoration. Does she resemble somebody that we know?
It's not a decoration, it's a person.
Oh, it's a person.
Yeah. Tornus and Anka have convinced themselves it's a Halloween decoration.
Oh,
Look at how
But it is not.
I wonder how they made that blood look so red, but it's sort of flaky. It's pretty fantastic.
It also happens to be the only place that is not covered with snow.
Tornus, that's not a decoration. She just has like the most like disturbed look on her face.
Oh, so this is a body. They are just killing people and ripping their veins out?
Yep.
What a weird choice to make for this town.
We might want to consider getting the hell out of here.
Well, we were brought here for a reason. Do you think it was to destroy this town too?
That's some good logic.
Purify. To cleanse this town of their wrongdoings? And she looked at Tornus like, was that right?
I'm kind of like nodding the head, yeah.
People here recognize us from the pyramid.
They recognize us anyways.
I don't.
Well, they recognize you.
Yes,
anyways.
we stopped the pyramids. The pyramids are in shambles. They are fallen apart after their corrupt townsfolk or leaders summoned them along with all those beasts. We braved the pyramids. We went inside. We stopped the mummies.
Well,
I got kidnapped by
I'm
the
saying this loud enough so people can hear it. So I'm kind of building this story out.
Yeah, Tornus, as you're building this story out, I need you to do a perception check. No, first, do a performance check. I want to see if people start believing you.
Can I help?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's see. At advantage. The first roll is a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Second roll is a 3. So 6 plus 8,
Oh my
14
God.
total.
14. Yo, you are really giving your soul into this. And some of the people you see like they're nodding like, oh yeah, that sounds, yeah, all these things just happened. But the people that don't look like the people from this town, possibly the survivors, they are not following you. As a matter of fact, they are tapping. Yeah, no, you can totally see them. They are tapping the shoulders of.
I'd like to point out at them and say, them, I believe those were some of the fellows that were with the corrupt leaders. They were participating in that weird ritual. And I'll point at them and shout at them and accuse.
They've brought their ritual to this town, it seems. I can't believe that they're spreading their hypocrisy? Heresy?
Heresy, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna now do that at like highly disadvantage.
Is this a persuasion or a performance?
You could do persuasion, performance, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. When I give you the answer, no, that's not going to work.
Persuasion is what I would do because I'm trying to persuade people.
Yeah.
Other guys.
Absolutely.
Disadvantage, it's a 21.
Okay.
On the die plus 11.
At a 21, you're going to see people like they're following your logic. Oh yeah. And then like as you're saying, look, and they even brought it here and you point at the naked girl hanging there. They all start to look confused. Like they're not sure if they believe you. They're not sure what in the world you're referring to. Clearly they've brought something evil back. But as you point to the body, now they're really confused.
See, it started with the bodies. The bodies were actually bringing the town closer to the frost goddess. So you might have been doing this, but you're really playing into these rituals and this heresy that they were following in the other town.
And who gave you this divine insight? A voice calls out.
Saloon. Saloon did.
Saloon gave you this insight, saying that we are.
Something here is wrong.
Yeah, but we're bringing the.
That's the sentence we're going with.
We're bringing the Frost Maiden's wrath to us by performing a ritual that she has asked for?
Yes? You're empowering her. Well, she should not be empowered. She gives this kind of like, is this the correct thing to say? Look at somebody?
Yes, you're providing her souls to feed her power. You think she's pulling back from this area and making it, warm to make you think that you're doing what she wants, or that you're protecting the town.
Ooh,
Really
that
giving
is
her what her wants, more power.
all right. I love where you're going with this. You're gonna roll a religion check at advantage. At advantage, because now you are fucking with their religion. So I will let you do a religion check with advantage.
Religion check. So I get a +0.
Yeah,
I have a +0 also.
A total of 8.
8 at advantage.
I rolled a 9 and I had an advantage. Yeah, I rolled a 9 and an 8, so a 9.
Okay. What did you want to do, Anka?
I was gonna say, can I also roll it?
Yeah, no, you can. You can roll at advantage because this is a good story. I'm liking this story.
18.
Okay. Is that your first roll or second roll?
Oh, that was my second. The first one was a 5.
Okay. So we're gonna do 18.
Somewhere in the middle of the 9 and the 18.
5 and 9.
I'm going to lean over to you.
Religion doing this.
I'm going
All
to
right.
lean over to you. I think this is working out, Anka, to give you bardic inspiration, so you have a D8 to throw at something later.
Oh,
Hey, there we go.
oh man. Okay. So with those rolls and that story, how do I want to proceed with this one?
I don't know.
Okay. Your logic
Not the
gets
droids you're looking for.
these are right. Your logic does make sense. However, to be safe, we should probably take you to visit the priest that is available to see how that could be possible.
Yes, you should take us to your religious leader.
Yes.
I don't think that I want this group to go to the priest. I want to take them back to the train.
Okay.
Guys, I think we need to go back to the train. I don't know that I like where this is going.
This man over here, he's clairvoyant. He can see a little bit into the future. So I assume he's seen maybe some danger by the priest. Maybe the priest is causing this. Maybe someone is targeting the priest. But I don't know that we should go there.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I've seen him see the future.
You fuckers. Roll deception. Roll this.
11 for a 23.
Who did you tell to roll a deception check?
Those fuckers over there that are lying about you seeing the future. Little shits.
Oh,
Total of 23 was my roll.
I got a 15.
There you go.
Oh, now you guys must go see the priest. If he can see the future, he can tell exactly how well we are doing in honoring Auril.
Nope.
And they are right over here.
Awaiting us and the priest at his location. So we will stay here and you can bring him to our train. Our train has been warded with powerful magic against evil. So he will be safe there and we will be safe. So we will go to the train and await your leader there.
Nonsense. Over there at the house of the Morning Lord. That is exactly where you would need to go.
I refuse to step into a house of worship that is not saloons.
I would
I
like to
grab-
roll persuasion against this guy to let us go to the train and to bring the priest to the train.
I am so sorry. I cannot go into a building that is not a house of worship for a saloon. My God will not like it.
I'm going to roll intimidation to tell them to get out of the way.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
taking them back to the train.
Go ahead. I want to see your intimidation, and then I'll reveal who you guys are fucking
13.
with. Okay. So,
13.
yeah. So go ahead and intimidate away.
Get out of our way. I'm taking them back to the train.
So as you do that, this person does see the hostility there, and he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, a row of militia just show up with their weapons drawn.
Sorry, guys.
I wanted to roll.
When you say a row,
Like
how many of
50.
them?
Like 50.
I'm muted.
No, you're not muted.
Jerk, you're just ignoring me.
Well, I can get to you in a second. What are you trying to do, Earl?
Oh, I was trying to roll persuasion to get him to convince the priest to go to the train.
You can try that, but now it's a hostile situation. But yeah, you can do that
The 22.
at disadvantage.
Okay, a 13.
I will allow some of you to go back to the train, and I will ask if the priests want to come aboard your train. But I will
Why
take...
only some of us? Do you not trust us?
No.
Why not?
There's a lot of interesting stories going around, and I need to get to the bottom of this. Did you guys destroy the last town? Did you save it? Did Saloon tell you something about Auril that we should know about? Is that false?
Can I roll deception to convince him that we didn't?
He's very skeptical now, so yeah, you can definitely try to disadvantage.
A disadvantage is a 12. The other one was a 26.
Yeah, he's pretty skeptical. He's still not sure what to think. He doesn't want to believe that you're lying, but he also doesn't know what to think. So,
I mean,
just-
look at us. We're heroes. We're the heroes we're the descendants of the heroes that fought in the wars of Tiamat. We wouldn't do something like that. There's been a mistake, I promise.
How far away is the train from us?
a good 60 feet away.
I'll say, okay, sure. I'll wait here for everyone else, for your religious leaders, and we certainly wouldn't want to offend Saloon's chosen. So, Anka and Earl, you guys can definitely go back to the train, and hopefully we can sort this whole endeavor out with the religious leaders, and I can wait here, and everyone else can go back to the train.
You're going to come with us to go get them and see if you can convince them to come back to the train.
That's not what you said.
Oh, I said
What are
some of you come
you're
back.
asking for us to do?
I said some of you guys can go back to the train. I didn't say what the other one was going to do.
Sure. Everyone else can go, and I'll wave off to the rest of my groups. Go back to the train. I'll follow these chaps, and we'll figure it out.
What is Skellington? Is Skellington going with them, or is he going with Anka? Who's going with the...
I'm trying to convince them that it's just me going with them, and everyone else goes back to the train.
It's up to you guys.
Know what he's going to do.
I'd also,
I think-
just mechanics question.
Mm-hmm.
When we're looking at casting spells and it being considered a hostile action, right?
Yes.
If I've got a spell that is just verbal and materials, I'm talking about suggestion. Sometimes that's ruled as something I can do where you wouldn't realize I'm casting it on you. And sometimes you say, well, that looks immediately like a spell, and they'll see it as a spell. Definitely if it has somatic, I get it, because you have to gesture in the air and whatever. But I don't remember what we do here in this game for what counts as real spell casting that people would notice you're doing some hanky-panky.
So a lot of your spell casting, if I recall, is a lot of verbal stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what.
So you would be
like suggestion.
You would be muttering some things. You would have to mutter it, especially if it says verbal, or if there's a way that you can do it, like telepathically. That would be fine. But if it's verbal, you'd have to mutter it at the very least. And if you want to talk mechanics in this situation, there's 50 guards and the captain of the guard watching you.
Right.
You've
So
got a
suggest-
very, very high.
Right. Someone's going to see something.
Someone's probably going to see something. You'd have to cast
Right.
really, really high.
I
What's
was
your
gonna
bardic
say-
inspiration die?
That's a D8.
Okay.
I don't think that Auril would leave Tornus. Being realistic.
You can bring that up.
Yeah, Tornus, I don't feel
No,
right
we
leaving
can
you.
go back. We can go back to the train. I'm sure this
Well-
will be fine.
You can go back. I'll stay with Tornus. After all, he did hold my hair up when I was puking this morning.
It's brief, and I appreciate the gesture, but you can go in there. You'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I'm just gonna give Skellington a look like my eyes kind of widening, like this, trying to almost talk with the expression on my face, like do something.
Oh,
do something.
you've got face step still too. How many times can you do face step a day? I guess I
can
wouldn't
do
know that.
face step once per short rest.
Anka kind of reaches out for Earl's hand. We can go back.
Yes, let's go.
It's everyone versus Earl. What do you go do, Earl?
She's gonna stay. It's true to her character.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Earl up and carry her back to the
Yeah.
the train.
Strength versus dexterity. because she is very, very keen on trying. So you do a strength and she does a dexterity roll. Let's see who wins.
Just like
For a saving throw.
Nope, just a regular throw.
Okay.
Regular strength roll.
like just a dex roll.
Yep, just a regular dex roll.
It is not. I guess I'll just roll a d20 then.
You can just click on the dexterity at the top.
I rolled a 14.
Oh shit!
Looks like
Did
you're
that-
going.
Yeah, I think. Oh fuck! Hang on.
Does she
I
like
rolled a 14.
make a kind of scene about this while he's carrying her?
I rolled a 6. God.
You're going. Unless you got another way out, you're going.
Does Earl kind of make a scene about this while he's carrying her back to the train with us?
Oh yeah. What?
Can
Just because you rescued me doesn't mean you get to tell me what to do.
I would like to stealth. Can I have advantage because she's making a scene?
Explain to me what you're stealthing.
When we get to the train, Anka is going to, instead of getting on it, she wants to step off to the side and kind of disappear into the crowd as best as she can. Like using the shadows type of thing. I'm going to trail Tornus is what's going to happen.
Hey, hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Tornus, go down to the privates.
Sir?
Dun dun dun.
That's my trick. What the hell is going on here?
You said Brian was just like you. Brian's stealing all your good
You're
stuff.
stealing all my tricks. I don't like this.
But I dig it.
You fuckers.
You
Not
don't like us
happy.
conspiring against
No. No.
You brought all this shit onto yourself. That's all I gotta say.
I sure did. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Hey, look. Every time you say I want to DM, you should know what's gonna happen.
Why do you think you guys nickname are my fuckers? Because that's all you do. Somehow you guys fuck around and I find out. I don't understand how this works.
It's all right.
Not happy with that. Ay.
So would you grant me an advantage? She is making a scene. I'm trying to be unseen and step away from her.
There's a huge crowd.
I mean, if her
Don't you ever like lose somebody in the crowd while you're walking with them, like one of your children?
No, I don't lose my children in the crowd because I'm holding their damn hands.
Okay, well, it's because you're holding on to them. I lose the kids in the crowd all the time when I take them places.
No, Nate doesn't lose the kids in the crowd. He loses them in the house and finds them in the garage, in the car, buckled in and ready to go.
That's true. I do that.
Okay. Sorry.
You two fuckers.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, okay. I believe that. You could roll a fucking 31 and I still won't believe that, all right?
I'm still like
You're carrying her?
Earl.
Yeah.
How close are they to the train now? So they're all at the train and she's
Yeah.
making a big scene. And
So she's
everyone's
making a big
staring
scene.
at the big scene.
Anka, roll your fucking stealth.
With advantage?
Yeah, why not?
Thank you. I will say I'm really glad about the advantage because that was a 3 the original dice. However, that's definitely a total. Hold on.
It's a total of hold on.
36. I got a nat 20 plus advantage or plus bardic inspiration plus guidance.
Fuck you.
I love being not the only woman in this husband's life of mine that pisses them off.
Oh, it's not just the women, it's now the men too. Don't worry about it. All right. So you disappear.
Yep. Pretty well.
It's all right. Skellington's going to be pissed off. That's always fun to listen to. Yeah. So Tishlin's carrying Earl. As they go up the steps, Earl's kicking and screaming. Anka, who knows where she went? Maybe she got on first. I don't know. And Skellington, you follow behind like everything's good. And Tornus, you are now going to be escorted to the House of the Morning Lord.
When she's getting pulled up, is everyone really focused on the big scene?
The people the guards are very, very well trained.
Their eyes are all trained on me still.
They're all on you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And I'll start I don't know how to make small talk, but I'm just going to be making small talk with all the various guards and the main guy, just kind of giving him a sense that I'm a normal person. You know, just asking him about, how's life here? Oh, what's the fishing like? All that kind of small talk nonsense. Just kind of put them a little bit less on edge.
Yeah, sure. So as you're talking to them, you get 0 response.
That's fine. I'm just going to keep blathering on, talking about stuff and just, random things.
Yep. So they take you to this huge house of worship in the middle of the market. Okay. And it is glamorous. It's full of gold. And you see a statue of a male holding, the sun up in the air, and then you see a similar statue on the other side of the door, except it's a female holding up the sun there, and they escort you inside, and they call out to the priest, "Mission! We have a man here that wants to go over a couple of things with you, especially when it comes to Auril and our sacrifices and our ways." And the priest turns around. It's an older man, human man, and standing next to him is a shorter creature that's in white fuzzy outfit.
Sort of say, "Well met, father," and I'm sorry, I don't know your name, to the smaller creature.
The smaller creature turns around and he says, "My name's Cop."
Well, hello, father and Copper. I am Tornus of the Ragna lineage of the heroes of the realm. We were definitely on our trip exploring the countryside and making acquaintances when we came to the last town we're at, and they were having some problems. And I'm starting to run down the story, putting us in best light as possible of how we were contacted by the guard to look for missing fishermen. We set across the waters at night. We found a hag. We destroyed her and found that she'd been feasting on the local populace. We brought the populace back, and the guard gave us beans that he didn't know what they were, and they were magical. And during the exchange, one dropped on the ground, and it became clear that through their ineptness or through their ill design, they had intended to trap us, to give us things that were harmful, the beans. And the beans got spilled, literally, and damaged the town. And when we came to, we went into the pyramids, confronted what lay within, and the pyramids have now jumbled down. So, yes, things happen as a result of us being there, but truly, it was through their actions that the beans happened. The beans spilled out and caused the damage to the town, and we helped resolve it by bringing the pyramids down.
I see. Well, what does this have to do with Harry?
Oh, what we have found through this whole process is a lot of the practices in this region that are meant to be keeping Auril at bay are empowering her. There's a reason why she's appreciative of these sacrifices.
Mm-hmm. And you guys want us to come to your train to speak about this?
No, I mean, your guardsman said that you would want to hear our story, and one of our members saw danger in the future, and I thought the best place to meet with you, where it wouldn't be dangerous, would be in our train, where both would be very secure. But they were pretty firm that we had to come to your place. I didn't want to bring danger to you, but your guardsmen felt that they could protect you here better than the wards on our train could. So we're really here at behest of your guards. I don't know why there's such a fuss being made about all this.
Well, there's been a lot of talk going around about you celebrities, as you call yourselves, or as they call you.
We're not celebrities. We're just descendants of heroes.
Right.
Trying to do a little good in the world as it stands.
Yeah, so celebrities.
So
usually
what
what they
is your
call them.
position on Auril? Are you a follower of her, or are you not?
No, I am the worshipper of Amateur. Some
Believe that he's actually following this guy?
insight check. As he says amateur, you just hear Copper say Lathander. And the old guy gets really frustrated that he said Lathander.
13 total for my insight.
Yeah, I mean, everything points to, this guy being a priest of, the god of sun. The entire temple, his garments, to the best of your knowledge. Sounds right.
Do I believe that?
You can also
21 passive insight.
Yeah, no, sure. Again, you're in. Well, are you inside the temple?
She would have tried to follow him inside, yeah.
Son of a bitch. So yeah,
I said I was trailing him.
I heard what you said. So yeah, no, he is very much on the up and up. He is wearing all the garbs that he should be wearing. But because of where they are, they also know the lore of Auril and those things. As the eternal winter has been cast, they also have studied that and know about that and are kind of not experts in it, but, they're well taught on it.
All right.
Was he continuing on before we did our insight checks on saying something?
No, it was Copper kind of correcting him, calling it Lathander, and he was just annoyed that he even mentioned the name Lathander. That's all.
I guess buying that there are priests who are not allied with Auril, I'll say, well, as my friend was saying, her god is Saloon, and she has a very close relationship with her, and we've been charged with finding this Auril and uncovering what her plots are for the region, and has she brought this eternal winter upon us, and what we can do to maybe alleviate that from the realm and not cause all these problems, this death and destruction.
So as you say that, Copper looks up and he pulls his hood back, and as he does that, you see that Copper is a gnome, a rock gnome, and he says to you, "Well, that sounds very much like something I would like to talk to your priestess about. If you don't mind, I would love to go back to your train and discuss that with her."
I'll turn over to the guard and I'll just kind of give him is the guard who would allow them to come to our train there?
Oh yeah, they're all there.
I'll turn around and give him like a smirk, like I told you so. You should have just listened to me in the first place. I'm saying, excellent. This is what I was suggesting in the beginning. And as I'm saying this, does he have like a sinister feeling to him, like he's going to get back there and try to slit our throats?
Insight check.
With my only +4 insight. God, I love 9s today. A 13. I'm retiring that D20.
With a 13, he seems like he's on the up and up, but he is a gnome.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah, and you're pretty high up there. You're in 8-9 feet tall, and this little gnome. So like trying to read his face is a little bit tough for you. But he seems like he's on the up and up, and I don't like gnomes.
All right, so I that sounds fine to me. I can escort you back. I don't know that we need all of you now, and I'll turn around to all the guards. I told you this was a simple misunderstanding.
They do not move. They are staying in formation.
If you'd like to waste your afternoon, I mean, it's a great day outside, but
It's cold. There's nothing great about cold. We will escort you and Copper back to the train.
Well, if you only see the worst in situations, you're only going to experience the worst. It's
And
a
I'm
cool
not-
day. You could be sledding, you could be doing snowball fights, playing with your children or other children, There's plenty of things you can do on a cold day that can provide warmth to your soul.
We have
And
a
again,
duty to
I will
our
prattle
city.
incessantly on the way back to all of them, just
Mhm.
talking whatever. And part of it is I am trying to keep their attention on me as well.
Mhm.
So
And you guys not heel toe it, just walk right over to the train. It takes a few minutes to get there. But they escort you back to the train with Copper.
all right, Copper, come on inside, and I'll open the door for Copper, and presumably he comes in.
Yeah, he comes in and he is like out. He's just like wide-eyed about what this train is. He's never seen a train before. And he kind of gets on and you just see he's just looking all over the place, just taking it all in. He's astonished by it.
I'll introduce Copper to everyone, and I'll be, say, here's Skellington and all the different people.
Mhm.
And I'll say, and this is Copper. I'm sorry, I didn't exactly get what your title was. Are you high priest or?
Oh, I'm just someone that's been staying at the temple. I'm more of an acolyte.
Well, an acolyte of Lathander, I guess.
That is correct.
Did Anka slip in before us, or is she?
I have no clue what Anka's been doing.
Yeah, we would have gotten on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
can't
at this point,
Like-
it's just him inside the train with us, right? And I'm assuming
Yeah.
there's a platoon of guards surrounding the train. or something.
There. If you look outside, there is. You can see that the head guard, the commander, is talking to the guards, and it seems like they're setting up a routine watch over this train.
I'll say, pardon me to Copper real quick, and I'll go to like
Mhm.
the station with all the food and just get a whole like a smorgasbord of food and go out there and give it to them at that checkpoint that they've got and say, just some snacks for you. I know it's a waste of your afternoon and you're out here again, just really hamming it up with them, trying to smooth it
Mhm.
over.
Not gonna happen.
I'm still giving them food and look for a chance for if they're paying attention, eating food, it might give us a shot later.
So you've watched TV about how the British guards are just like, you can't break their focus. Yeah, you're not breaking their focus.
I'll get to you someday, I say as I walk back inside.
They just look forward.
Uncle like steps out of the shadows of the train. Like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. Definitely. Yeah, we've been here.
So Copper kind of says, "All right, now where is your priestess?"
I cannot believe that you walked right past me and did not say anything. Anka is standing like against the wall.
Well, I mean, you don't dress like a priestess. How am I supposed to know you're a priestess? And why do your tattoos?
That's not everything.
Why?
Do I not look like I would worship Saloon?
I mean, the tattoos are kind of cool, but not really. No.
But what? You don't think the cleric should have tattoos?
I just said they were cool. I didn't say they were good or bad. I also said you don't dress like a cleric.
I get a little bit of prejudice against it.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I get that a lot. Being a gnome, the gods don't like me.
A gnome? Is that what you're called?
Yes, I'm a gnome.
Do you ever get kicked?
Constantly.
You just get picked up sometimes. I kind of just want to pick you up.
So please don't.
Wait.
I'm glad I asked about it first.
But if we pick you up, we don't have to look down. She's gonna pick him up and put him on her hip like a baby.
Maybe you could like stand on the table.
Yeah, so he's going to try and dodge out of your way. With a 20. You can try and pick him up, but I don't think you're going to. He's a slippery little bastard.
I tried.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, you guys said that you're looking for a way to stop Auril. Is that right?
Yeah.
We're investigating and understanding what's happening in this region and how to stop the winter from damaging all these kind folk of the area.
Well, I have a friend that's been trying to work on the same thing. He's been working on a device. It is quite a long ways from here, but maybe you can go help him out. The device he's working on is supposed to stop this eternal winter.
And you're just really giving us this information?
Well, I haven't heard from him for a long time, and I kind of like for you guys to go check up on him. But if you're already trying to stop Auril, and this might be a device that you could use.
Well, how long has it been since you've heard from him?
About 3 weeks.
Has the winter been going on for 3 weeks?
Up here it has. It's been going on for a long time.
Do I believe him?
You can do an insight check on him.
Sure. Yeah, because that'll be higher than my passive. 28.
Yeah, no, he's not lying. It's up here in Icewind Dale. It's been going on for a while. It's only been recent that it's been moving outside of Icewind Dale, which is what got you guys up here in the first place.
So, have you guys not, asked for help? I have not heard anything about the winter until I woke up covered in snow.
I mean, we sent him up there to do these experiments to hopefully stop this winter. We haven't really heard back from him.
Send word to the capital or asked for help from anybody from, the south?
Who in the south really listens to Icewind Dale?
Where?
What was that?
Who up where?
Who
up where?
They're asking, did they send people to ask the council if they would send people up?
Okay.
We're up here in Icewind Dale. Nobody
Yeah.
listens to us.
It's Icewind Dale. Yeah.
Everybody just has this perception that it's always cold up here, but we have nice summers.
I don't know. The name of the town sounds cold, so I get it.
It's a region, but yeah, Icewind Dale is just a big area.
What?
Icewind Dale is
Where are we right now? What is this town called?
This is Brian Shanders.
And it's in Icewind Dale.
Yes, it's not a city. No, it is a region. You're really bad at geography, aren't you?
No, I definitely knew that. I was testing you.
Right. He kind of leans over to Tornius. This is your priestess?
Hey, I have a direct connection to the god. I have a direct connection to my god. She burns my body through my tattoos.
That sounds painful.
It is. So, it's not the best, but it's definitely a form of communication.
I guess.
Well, we could certainly go check out wherever your brother or your where these experiments are taking place. But first we just have to get the guards to stop. Allow us to leave, so we could check out this the progress on this experimentation and any information you have on the experiment. Yeah, of course. We'd never do that. We're heroes of the land.
Yeah, not from what we've been hearing, but sure, we'll go with that.
Well, you've got some really uninformed people who have trouble seeing the truth past their terrible experiences.
Maybe. So the cabin's on the other side of Lonely Wood. It's a bit ways north. I'm sure your train can take you so far, but it might not be able to go all the way.
I suppose the guards folk here could spare some horses or some transportation. That would certainly help us in our endeavor.
I mean, you could go to the blacksmith and he might have some snowshoes for you.
Snowshoes?
So no
Are they
horses.
shoes made out of snow?
They're shoes that help you walk in the snow so you don't sink into it.
Aren't we already well outfitted
That's so smart.
for snow?
You're outfitted like to stay warm, but you guys don't have snowshoes.
Sure. What other supplies that the town can provide us for looking into, the threats and what's happening to your friend?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys seem like you've got a lot. But you might need some ice picks and snowshoes. Could be helpful.
Sure. So it sounds like we're set. We'll pick up a few supplies to go down here. You'll let us know exactly on the map. I'm assuming we've got maps or something in here that I would show him so he could tell us where this is from or where we need to go for the experiment to see the progress on that. But do you have any details on specifically what he's doing, the weapon or this process that he's working on? A giant flaming sword or a crossbow that shoots heat waves? I mean, what is he working on?
Where did I write that down at? I definitely wrote it down somewhere.
That's just what a gnome would say.
That's just what a gnome would say. That's why I don't like gnomes.
Oh my god.
That's why I totally expected him to
Right.
cast fireball as soon as he walked into this room.
He's working on this thing called a mythalar.
I know what that is, but for everyone else in the room, can you explain it
It's
in thorough detail?
some kind of giant crystal ball that shoots out radiant beams to defrost the area and can also control the weather.
Seems mighty useful. Now, he's been working on this since the start of winter. We don't think that maybe someone has stolen this and is making the winter happen in this region?
Wait, he's been working on it since the start of winter, correct?
Okay.
But I haven't heard from him for a while, so it's possible somebody might have tried to come and steal it. I don't know.
Well, fair enough. Anyone else have more questions for this fine gnome here?
Nope, I'm good.
I have a question for you, Tornus, if I can.
Certainly.
You're a giant, big, tall person. I'm gonna go with.
Partially, yes. Yes, partially.
So you hear about the news of the giants then? Do you keep in contact with what's going on?
Not since the start of this trip. I've heard relatively little of my lands, and especially the last week or two when the trouble started in the last town that we were in. It's been quiet on my end.
Interesting.
I would love to hear any news you have of, especially of the cloud giants. That's where my family is from.
I keep hearing rumors that the giants are moving, trying to regain the lands.
There's always one clan shuffling around for another. Do you perhaps know which giants? I mean, it's not to sound too crass, but saying all giants is like saying all humans. You could be talking about a human, or you could be talking about an elf, or all the different types of folks. I mean, there's a big difference in culture and peopleage between cloud and ice, and I just go in like all this rambling of the different types of giants.
Well,
do you know who specifically?
That's what I was thinking myself. Like, is it one group of giants? And the only thing I keep hearing is all of them. All of the giant clans and leaders are moving in this similar direction.
Sort of chuckle at that. The giants all the clans haven't worked together for centuries. I mean, they have such petty squabbles. I mean, the last person to try that was my, great-great-great-grandmother, I believe. And she barely got to uniting the cloud giants. I mean, pretty astounding to see if they were all actually working together.
I could be wrong, but it sounds like it's coming from the storm giants. They're the one heading this whole thing up. I don't know if that sounds right to you.
I mean, they do like to be in charge. Well, I mean, at least I'm a giant, so it won't impact me too much. But if they're gonna try and take over the whole of the world, there's gonna be some problems for some folk.
But yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And Auril doing all this doesn't quite make it the best timing now, does it?
I suppose not. I mean, a good group of the giants don't care. I mean, the cold doesn't bother them that much, so it would be an opportune time for some of them to descend, but for others, not so much. But I suppose first step is Auril, right? And seeing what she's potentially up to. Do you have any information on where she might be holding up, or who her priests or devout followers may be?
Her devout followers are starting to increase a little bit of everywhere. That's why a lot of these sacrifices are going up. They're kind of like these hidden cells that are just awakening a little bit at a time.
So the followers are sacrificing, but Lathander doesn't approve of the sacrifices?
Of course not. Why would he?
Your guardsman made it seem like the father here was sanctioning the sacrifices.
No, we don't sanction the sacrifices. We have been trying to study more about what Auriel's game plan is, and they kind of look to us, since we are priests, to give some answers, and we try to do the best that we can. But
I'm confused why he thought that we were wrong, right? I mean, we told him that the sacrifices were for her and empowering her, and he looked at us like we were crazy, and you're telling us that it's being done by the followers. I mean, maybe you have some corruption here in your own guard force.
Maybe. But that is a mission for us to kind of try and figure out. See if we can flesh them out a little bit more.
So you just know about some cells. You don't know anything about where she might be, or
right.
If there's a public temple or worship site.
Not that I know of. Nothing that's been, unless they resurrected one from years ago. But that would be far up north somewhere.
Well, I suppose we should gather some snowshoes and ice picks, all that kind of cold weather supplies. We have some good outfits for that, but maybe some more rations. I'll go all through a list with him. You know, I don't necessarily roleplay it, but what we need to pick up from the blacksmith and around town in terms to be well supplied based off of what he knows of the region.
Sure, you want to go to the Black Iron Blades.
Hmm?
You want to go to the Black Iron Blades.
Is that the blacksmith?
That's where you'll find all the blacksmith and all that stuff. Try and stay away from Garn. He makes shit weapons, but his sister, Elza, she does okay with the supplies.
All right. Everyone feel up to go talk to Elza about all of our supplies that we need for this trip?
I think I'm feeling up to it.
Don't make me carry you.
I certainly don't see why not.
He said, "Don't make me carry you."
I'll go on my own, thank you very much.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being carried. I'm rather tall, but I think I could sit on your shoulders. I'm not really that heavy.
I totally want to see that.
Giant sits on a dwarf's
Giant sitting on a dwarf's shoulders.
I don't even think I could curl my legs enough so they wouldn't.
Oh my goodness, that's just
I rolled a 20.
He rolled a 20 for strength. Oh shit!
It's so funny.
Not a natural 20. It was a 16 plus 4.
Oh Jesus! All right, how much do you weigh, Tornus?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you're a giant. It's got to be.
I have
It's got to be.
230 written down, but I've got a 6 for my strength, so I am tall but very thin.
Yeah. I mean, 230 sounds right. So Tishlin, he goes to like sit on your shoulders, and it's like trying to deadlift like your max weight. You can do it, but like your knees are like okay, and you're like just barely holding them up. But yeah, you can do it. You can lift.
I have to apologize for the extra weight. There's a lot of free pastries on this train, so I might have packed a few extra pounds in lately.
That's hilarious.
If the snow gets deep, you can carry me.
I mean, I can certainly try. I'll try to lift him up.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength.
I rolled 14 on the die, minus 2 for 12.
How much do you weigh there, Tishlin?
I gotta look.
You're a stubby dwarf, so I mean.
Yeah, we don't have. I'm gonna go with 200.
With 200? Okay, yeah. Tornus, he's heavy.
Because I'm a stubby dwarf.
Yeah.
Little
So-
low center of gravity as I'm sort of straining, and then I'll put you down.
So I would look at them and just kind of roll my eyes and laugh. All right, grab his other hand. I'll help you, and we'll pick him up together.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
like a toddler. Like
I'm walking.
You know, like that swing thing that you do, where like you swing the kid out.
Oh,
you
God.
catch it, swing him
Oh, I
back
know what we
up.
can do. And I'll touch him and I'll cast levitate on him. You can choose to accept it and just float, or you can choose to fight it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just go with it, Tortoise. Or the Fishland.
Yeah, we'll go with it. We'll just go with it.
Yeah. So you just start floating, just a little dwarf just hanging out in the midair, just floating off.
I tie a little rope to his wrist and use him as like a balloon. We just walk out of the train. Have the guards eaten any of the food that I put out for them?
No, they are looking at this like it's a little weird, but they are still firm. Like you see their eyes are like tracking.
I'll see what I've laid out for them, and I'll go back in before we go, and I'll get another platter of different things. And now I'm giving like cheese and meats. So I'm just seeing if I can tempt them at all.
No, I mean, yeah, no.
I'll wave to him and say, just gonna go buy some supplies to save the town, as heroes normally do.
All right, and the train starts moving, and as it starts moving away, you turn around and look, and you see now they break out of formation. They start eating all the stuff that you left for them. Duty first. That's how that works. Yeah, so you guys get over to the Black Iron Blades.
The dude's still not following us, right? Cotton or Copper?
No, he got off the train.
Okay. Oh, so the train is actually driving us to the place.
Yeah, it's on the other end of the city there.
Okay. I would say as you left, we're in private in the train as we're going across. I'll say, it's a sweet deal. We can certainly go check out what's happening, but we're free now. So if we just want to leave town and go wherever we want, that's something we could do too.
Yeah, you can try and convince the train. You can try and convince the train to do that.
Well, I'm just throwing it out to everyone else. But it doesn't hurt to buy some cold weather supplies either.
Well, I'm good for the most part. I like this weather, but the rest of you may not fare very well.
If the snow gets deep enough, Earl, you still won't be able to walk in it, or it'd be half movement. So you're going to need snowshoes.
You're meant to by the air fryer.
All right, so you guys get there. What do you guys want to try and buy?
I guess snowshoes, for me at least.
Can't do that. Rip it off the top, Jen. Go get me the ducks.
All right, so everybody gets some snowshoes there. They also have pickaxe, cold weather gear. Anybody need some of that stuff? Rations.
Yeah. I think we've got a bunch of rations and pickaxes and snowshoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been used since then. Oh, sorry. That wasn't. I got muted.
Oh.
Hang on one second. I'm dealing with something.
Me, the individual, knows absolutely nothing about cold weather travel. But
They have like a climber's kit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taken.
Yeah, so you guys could take all that. It's only going to cost you a total of about 11 gold for all of it.
I've got this, and I'll throw out the 11 gold and cover everyone else.
Yep, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Thanks, Tornus. I'll get you next time.
What is a few gold between friends?
Exactly.
All right, so now you guys are free to kind of do what you want. You can ask the train to go towards the mission that you've kind of accepted, or you can do something else. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I guess as we get back to the train, I'll pose that question again. So, are we going to go up north to figure out what this, I don't know, what do you call it, a palantir?
It's not called a palantir.
I'm sorry, a what?
I forget what he called it. He said it's a magical device.
A mythalar.
Mythalar. Kind of like a palantir. It's an off-brand palantir, but
Palantir?
Well, we are heroes, aren't we?
We are the heroes. Or we could convince the train that some warm, sandy beaches would be wonderful on its joints,
I mean, as great as it sounds, I think it's pretty much winter everywhere.
Yeah.
Just by my skin. We're not getting away with this.
You can try and go to a beach that is not outside of possibilities. You all know what you've heard. It's up to you. You have all of Neverwinter to play with.
I will look at Anka and say, Anka, what do you want?
Yes, sir. What do
would
I
you
want
like
to do?
Do you want to go kick some guy's ass, or kick some Auriel's ass, or hang out on the beach? Or kick Auriel's ass and then go hang out on a beach?
I think that option where we get to do both.
I'm with you. Do you think Skellington is going to want to do that? By the way, I had the weirdest dream.
Really, me too. Did you get eaten by a dragon?
No. Skellington pulled his face off and there was nothing there. It was so bad. You got eaten by a dragon?
Yeah.
You're, talking and then it hits her what she says.
Yeah, a blue dragon. I lived through somebody else's life, and then the baby dragon that I raised from a baby ate me and killed me. Terrifying.
She's just knowing the history of Moxir, that is really kind of strange. I mean, my grandmother had
Was
a
it the little one?
Yeah, it was so cute. In fact, that was its nickname.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know. That's what the words that were used to it for its name to name it meant.
We were talking about the beach.
Do you want to go to the beach, or do you want to go fight Auril and then go to the beach?
Wait, whoa. Back to the dragon.
I mean, it
Because
would be a good reward. We could talk about the dragon in a bit. The beach is sounding a little bit more enticing. Actually, no.
Why don't you want to talk about the dragon? You're acting kind of weird.
Oh, I mean, I know everything roughly about the dragon. We've already had a conversation about it. Anyways, we can go do the quest and then the beach. It'll be a nice reward. Anyways, you can talk about the dragon. I'll be right back.
He's gonna go relieve himself.
What?
Who knows?
Does he always act like that?
He likes to get things done. Yes.
Anyways, okay, so back to the dragon. Because I had a dragon. My grandmother had a dragon.
Yes, Moxir, the little
Yes.
one.
That's
That's the direct translation, actually. I don't know how I know that.
You dreamt about the dragon.
Dad ate me.
She always told me the dragon was so nice, and she had it as an egg, and it hatched, and it followed her and imprinted on her, and she loved that dragon. That's so strange that it would be hostile. Obviously, meta, like, her grandmother would never tell her that the dragon was evil because she was a child.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. It was a terrifying dream, though, to wake up to the sight of the inside of a dragon's mouth.
Yeah,
The teeth are so big.
I could understand that in the same sense that seeing Skellington without a face.
What do you mean without a face?
No
He does
face.
not have a face.
But like, it was weird. It was like he took his mask off and there was no face. It was almost like I wasn't allowed to see it. Like something in the dream.
It would be really hard to see his face if he took his mask off. She just nods at that.
Is he disfigured?
What does that mean?
Like, is his face mangled? Like, is his nose where his eyes should be? Or is it chewed off? Or are his lips all crinkled? Or is he missing teeth? Like, is he disfigured? Does he look disfigured?
I think that he has all of his teeth. I don't know what that word means. You keep using it.
She's pointing to her teeth. Teeth.
I think he has all of his teeth, but I've never really counted. Maybe I'll ask him to let me count his teeth tonight.
Get back to me on that one. I'm curious.
Okay.
Describe his face to me. That's so strange.
Describe his face to you?
Yeah, when you see it. Or have you already?
Of course I've seen his face.
What does he look like?
It looks like a skeleton.
That's a skeleton. I don't know what a skeleton looks like.
It looks like him.
Yeah.
Where he walked away.
Yeah, duh.
Duh.
Guess
I'm going to have to take her word for it.
Yeah, it looks like him. What's wrong with you? You should have paid attention in biology.
Look, and she's just like, it looks like a skeleton. She's like, perseverating on the phrase.
It looks like an Auril. It looks like a tortoise.
Right, yeah, it looks like absolutely correct.
What the fuck does she need? I love it.
You wrote this character, not me.
I know, I love her.
She's hilarious.
Ooh. I just saw
I
something
love
pretty
how
for a second.
Dumb she is while she also speaks fucking 12 languages.
Makes sense to me.
She isn't proficient in a single one of them, but she speaks it.
That's it.
Can you draw me a picture of what he looks like?
Can you draw?
Can I draw you a picture?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever drawn anything before.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
don't
want
really,
to.
like do art. We just kind of like we have not had time since we travel so often. We're just kind of, trying
we have
to
time
exist.
now, don't we?
Yeah, I can try to draw for you. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, sure.
I'm curious if he looks like nothing under his mask. Like,
How would you look like nothing?
I don't know. I can't even explain my dream. It was so bizarre, and it's left me confused, and I can't stop thinking about it.
I want
Sounds like love to me.
I want to see Anka draw.
You can't stop thinking about him, and you're dreaming about him. But it doesn't matter what he looks like underneath that mask. If you care for him, just let your feelings out and let Skellington know how you truly feel, Earl. It's okay.
She looks at you like,
I mean, as
what
long
the
as
hell?
Anka gives you a blessing to pursue him and be romantically involved with him, it should be fine.
She's just like, her mouth drops. Like,
I mean,
no,
if that's
no,
what you want.
no, it's
I mean,
not
she
like
can
that.
take your room and you can move in with Skellington. I think we still have the appropriate number of cars. It'll work out just fine.
No,
All right, I'm back. What are we talking about?
I think Earl is in love with you.
She can't stop thinking about you.
Well, I
At least
think that is the
Tornus
highest
says-
compliment. Why, thank you.
I don't know how we got here.
she's just like, that's not.
It's okay. We're here to help bridge the discomfort because letting someone know your feelings can be a little scary, right?
Wow.
And so we're here for you regardless of whether Skellington opens you with open arms or he spurns you like a bitter old man.
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks at you, Tornus, and she's just like, almost grumbles. Skellington, I had a dream, which, okay, maybe that sounds kind of weird, but I had a dream and you had no face. And I'm just wondering, do you have a face under there? And I asked Anka, and she said you looked like a Skellington, and that provides little to no context.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
whatever you say, she still feels the same way about you, Skellington. So your answer is it's an open space.
if you want me to be a skeleton, I can be just that for you. And he gives a wink.
But,
Well, also elbow Earl at the same time. Yeah, he's open to it.
Man, this is getting really weird all of a sudden.
she's just like, heroes, they get egos. No, I am just saying I had a very bizarre dream after a lot of alcohol that you had a very weird, maybe possibly disfigured face that I couldn't see, and I was wondering.
Anka
Is
like
it-
leans over towards Tornus. Like, does alcohol normally provoke dreams about other people?
It can bring insights into what you truly feel. Sort of lets down the barriers.
Right.
She looks over at Tornus, like her eyes are like, she's like getting red and her eyes are like popping out of her sockets. This
I
is
mean-
going nowhere fast.
Dear, I think you just need to get some sleep for the best. I think you're tired.
I think I need a drink. She's gonna walk over to the bar.
Yeah, that worked well
We're
last
turning
time.
We're turning Earl into an alcoholic.
This is what happens,
It's her
everybody.
downward slope.
This is it. First forbidden love and then alcoholism. It's just how it works.
What makes it forbidden?
Who knows? So you guys are going north?
Over to Skellington, and I'll kind of elbow him and say, so you and Earl?
I mean, she is cute. I would disagree. Maybe. But
She's-
I would like to get to know her a little bit better.
She's
Just
Anka
like
puts her
anybody.
hand up.
So
Yeah,
Meta,
Sanka.
at this
Is
point,
cute not normally used to describe an animal?
It is. I guess I would say she's very sexy.
so Meta, at this point, Skellington knows who Earl is, right?
Yes.
Yes. Which makes it even
He just
funnier.
gets this blank stare back from Anka, like, okay. And then she just moves on.
Oh man.
I think you'll have to explain to her later tonight what is sex and what makes something sexy.
I had that conversation with her recently. I mean,
It was actually your fault we had that conversation. She points at Tornus.
that would be
You're
true.
welcome for learning. I am here to teach.
Oh my goodness. Forgot you guys had the sex talk. That was interesting.
We-
For everybody listening to this, yes, this is educational.
For educational purposes only.
That's it. Goodness gracious. I have to put a disclaimer on some of these. A lot of these. All of these.
Here you were complaining that we've never done a relationship thing in a game.
You know
They're in
what?
love.
Look, I get what I asked for and not the ways that I want.
As she's making a drink and Skellington's talking about how she looks, I'm going to find a spot. I'm going to take out one of my instruments and just sort of play a slow, sensual type song and just try and set the mood for the room.
Ooh, which instrument are you doing? It
The
does
lute,
make
I
the
guess.
dance. Yeah. That's a very, very sensual sound.
Ooh, 18 plus 8 for a 26.
Oh yeah.
As I'm playing the lute here, making, I don't know what sensual music is because I'm not a musician, but
Feelings are
Musician
growing
fine.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Even Tishlin's feeling happy.
Can you feel love?
No, we can't use that song. We can't use that song.
Why are we having this kind of conversation?
Character, he's saying that, staring down the ground. Running his lap since he brought him here.
So yeah, so she would she'd hear the lute and she would just like set her drink down and kind of look straight at the wall. Like, am I really hearing this?
You really are.
She's gonna walk over and just gently take the loot from your hand and slam it against the wall.
Oh.
And hand it back to you. She's gonna hand the runes back to you.
I just have a tear rolling down my face.
And she'll give you some gold pieces.
And the train starts moving as all of this nonsense go. So it goes north for quite a while.
Ellington, just be careful. She's got a temper on her.
So the train moves forward and starts going north for a little while. And you guys feel it even through the train. It like the windows start frosting up and it gets colder and colder. And suddenly the train comes to a stop as it can't go any further north. And that's where we'll leave this evening.
Mechanically, it can't go any further.
I guess you guys will have to find that out next week.
Honestly, none of us can go any further.
Nope.
But we can't go any farther south because we're all going to hell.
Jeez. Kind of. Attitude, sound, and you are going to have to sound like a dwarf. Your wife said so.
Piss off.
Text
So-
her and tell her you said that.
Please,